me in the eyes, and I keep you.
Hello, how you doing? Welcome back. My name is Joyce Asuzu, better known as Auntie A. I'm your favorite auntie. I have read and heard that black women are the least protected woman on this whole planet. Out of every female that is on this planet, all of a sudden there is a confusion jumping off. This black lady with this man, and I'm not sure if the man was white, Hispanic, Mexican, what? I don't know. All I know is that he wasn't black. And it started getting worse, worse. And we're standing there and paying attention to it, and I am paying attention to it, and I'm not saying anything. Nobody else is saying anything, and it was a line of black men, okay. Um, so it gets to a point to where this guy starts to calling her out of her name. He starts to getting like right in her face almost and start calling her all kinds of bitches. And it just messed with me. It disturbed me so bad. And what went through my head was, I always heard that black women are the most unprotected. This is what's going through my head. And I'm standing up there talking to the gentleman in the line. And so the man, we're all noticing by now. So the guy, I said to the gentleman, I was like, it is just getting on my nerves that he's calling her a bitch. So then one of the men say, well, she's getting him straight. She's hanging in there. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. So then the other man behind me started talking about and putting down the man's appearance. But nobody, not one of them, have said anything yet, in this woman's defense. Nobody has stood up for her. So then the guy, he just seems like he was getting a little bit even more vicious, calling her a bitch. So I started walking toward them. And one of the guys behind me was like, don't get involved, don't get involved. And I stopped in my tracks. But then I have an idiosyncrasy about myself. When something is getting on my nerves, my fingers will start. So I'm standing there and my fingers started. I started. And then I was like, so I just went on. I let it go out my head and I went on up to the guy and I involved myself. I said, you ain't got no business calling her no bitch. And the man, he looked at me. And before I knew it, another man, a black man, he came and rushed up, and then he took up the backup. He started correcting the man, putting the man in his place, and he started telling the man, some things. He looked like the Hulk. I'm telling you right now. This dude was tall and he was built, looked like a muscle. He looked like a Hulk, I'm telling you, a black Hulk. And I continued with, you ain't got no business calling her no bitch. And so the guy just started talking about, she's not a bitch. She is a queen, and I'll do this and I'll do that and you this and you that. And by the time he finished with the guy was like, yes, sir. No, sir. But he was all at the woman now. But here he is, done started sirring a man who was ready to get up in his butt. Now he's yes sir and no sir, but he's all kinds of calling this woman all kinds of bitches when he thought she was standing there by herself. Now the guy, the Hulk, I called him the Hulk. When the Hulk came up and took it up, then the other guys started coming up too. It was almost like we were surrounding this man. Now I seen in my mind's eye something jumping off that I really didn't want to get started. So I was like, you are a man, and you should have just went on and turned your head and went about your business. Just rather than to be calling her all kinds of bitches, you should have just let that go. So I said, but just let it go right now. It's gone. It's over. Just let it go. And everybody started calming down. Everybody started calming down.